Hello, thanks very much for stopping by and watching the video. So it's Grubby Mango here, aka Tom Angier, and as you'll have seen from the video title, I have done a Club 100 rounds. So this is the first time I've ever been in Club 100. We're here at Bayford Meadows circuit. Now this is a really enjoyable circuit. You're joining me in testing. So because I'm a new driver to the series, I have to do the test, and this is an assessment to make sure that you're kind of on the pace. You're not need to be setting purple sectors or anything like that, but you need to show that you can be on a reasonable pace with the rest of the field, and also that you're not going to be a complete menace. You're not going to be spinning off every 30 seconds or taking people out, or failing to keep your car in the tracks. So have to be on my best behaviour. So this is a lap of Bayford. Now I have to say I really enjoyed it. Like I said, never been here before. Just skip forward a little bit just to show some other drivers. Really enjoyed it actually. I was a bit worried that I thought, I've been to a few tracks where a lot of the corners are very similar, and it ends up taking quite a long time to learn it, because even though corners are similar, they're not exactly the same, and you might have to do something slightly different in each of these corners. But actually I found myself pretty comfortable after 2 or 3 laps at Bayford. Now I certainly haven't mastered it, the times show that. But what did I do? I did a 56.1 I think today. 56.1, something like that, it's about a second off the pace of an A-class driver who did the test as well. So here we've got this is I assume Mike Coppin. I don't know any of these guys or anything yet, but I thought it'd be interesting to show him, because he got in front of me. I recognise the name from the Facebook group and stuff, it's just very interesting to see how much quicker he is, and I'm copying off of these guys. Nicky Richardson's on my left hand side here. There he is, through he goes. And this is a golden opportunity to try and see what these guys are doing, and this looks like they're just driving away from me by a couple of kart lengths already. So obviously these guys are very good at somehow carrying the speed through the corners, not letting the revs drop, not getting too much of a slide on. I think I tried to be as smooth as possible, but I think can see, as I missed the apex there, I can see that there's still work to be done there. This being the first time I've been here, it's really going to be really valuable to try and learn as much as possible. So just trying desperately to keep up with these guys. It's not easy, not easy at all, is it? Just trying to see what they're doing, what curves they're hitting, what curves they're not hitting. Nicky Richardson goes sort of off the track there, so we follow him. So there you are. An older boy told me to do it, sir. So I'm copying off of him. That would have been a warning. I think I got away with it actually, it should have been a warning by rights. But we've got a few coming up to a few other drivers here, and Mike Coppin and Nicky Richardson are going to get past them quick smart. It's going to take us a little bit longer, and really I want to be looking at these very quick guys, the quickest guys, or some of the quickest guys. We've got someone just recovering there, obviously it's being nowhere near as fast as them. It's going to take me a little while to get through the traffic as well. So just trying to keep these guys in sight as much as possible. I might get this guy on the exit here. I think actually I'll probably get him down into the left hand of long left hander. It's a good overtaking opportunity, this one actually. I like this corner. Nice to So if you got good feel on the brake pedal, that one is a really rewarding corner. That and sort of turn 2, 3 sort of complex. So there we are. It was a good test, and fortunately I was passed. So we're on to the Sunday now, and we're about to start our first ever Club 100 round, and I think there's a bit of a kerfuffle. We're going round. There's a few drivers I think out of position actually, so we have to wait a little bit longer. Not to worry. yeah, I think I'm not sure what it was. I think someone was. You'll see some hand gesturing in just a moment. I think someone was on the wrong side of the grid, and that threw that confused a few more drivers. So we go around the loop. It's pretty straightforward actually. Yeah, here we are. It's a bit of confusion. I think we're gonna have to go around again actually until we get this sorted out. I'm certainly not looking like I'm about to start a race now. I'm not. Yeah, there we are. We're gonna. Oh no, we're going again. Okay, yeah, in actual fact, yeah, I think there's still some confusion, but in actual fact, that confusion, that space that I had there gave me a pretty good launch. Now we're starting this one last and on the left-hand side of the grid. Now that's bad news because you've got 3 right-handers, and there's everyone's come together slightly, so that was another aborted start. That's what happened. So I think because so many drivers went off at that cut through, we aborted the start. So we're just going to speed this one up again, and we're going to get back into position. Yeah, so I'll let all of these guys go through because I know I'm starting last and on the left hand side. So yeah, it's nice and easy for me. I think we're going to go around again. Yeah, we are. So that's the false start flag. So we're going to go around again. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're just going to have to wait a couple more laps. But yeah. It's nice actually. Obviously a C3 driver, don't really know what I'm doing, certainly in this club championship, and still some confusion. So yeah, starting at the back is actually pressure's off. It's all good as far as I'm concerned. Well, I think this time we are ready to go. So there we are, green light drops and we are away. So we're on the left hand side, not ideal. With lots and lots of right-handers coming up. We go around the outside, and actually the guys on the inside just get bogged down slightly, and we go past a few of them. So that's all good. We're going to go right around the outside. Predictably, we take a bit of a whack and get shoved out a little bit, but we're on the inside for this next corner here. The great thing about Bayford is that you've got right, left, and sort of pretty much every corner, as there's a lunge from the guy on our right, pretty much every corner is an overtaking opportunity. We hang it around the outside. We are vulnerable a little bit on down at this straight here, but we have the inside line. We're quite good on the brakes, like I said, into that corner there, and yeah, happy days. So we've gone up a few positions actually from our grid start of was it 12? Yeah, wherever it was at the back and on the left. Seriously, I've got such a terrible memory that I have to do these voiceovers on the same day, otherwise I will get confused and forget. It's very, very hot today, by the way. I'm not sure what the temperature was exactly, but yeah, really, really hot. As we close up again, as these guys up ahead and in front are all fighting, it gives us a great opportunity to have a look at them, have a look at what they're doing. Yeah, we're wobbling around together. Guy on the inside just gets it wrong now. That's very, very easy to do. If you keep watching, then you'll see more than one person doing that without wishing to spoil anything. There you are. It's yeah, wait until the final. But yeah, so we're up another position, courtesy of someone else's misfortune. These two guys round the right-hander there together. Again, that gives us an opportunity to get really, really close. The guy on the right-hand side doesn't have a great exit. We go right around the outside, but we have to concede that one. We get a little bit better drive coming out of turn one, but not quite close enough. So we're just going to give him a little bit of space off the brake, on the brake, off the brake again, yeah, having half a look. Do we have the discipline not to throw it up the inside? Yes, this time we do. Yeah, all good there, and it's just about trying to keep this bit really, really nice and smooth and tidy. I did notice that I think particularly at low speed, if you hit some of those curbs, as we're going to have a look up the inside there, yeah, that's quite a good one. We were quite a long way back actually when we thought about making that move, but yeah, it worked out for us. So yeah, quite pleased now. Yeah, so yeah, hitting the curbs at low speed, I think, as I'm looking back at some of my footage, the reason I record my footage is a couple of reasons. Firstly, I just really enjoy doing it. It's a sort of creative outlook, outlet. That's the word, creative outlet. So yeah, just really enjoy doing it. But more importantly than that, it really helps me assess my driving, quality of my driving, and where I need to improve and where I need to, where I am strong, stuff to keep doing, stuff to stop doing, stuff to start doing. You can see that the guy in front of us did get his braking a little bit wrong as we sort of half look up the inside. That's going to give us hopefully a better opportunity to cut back, but not quite this time actually. So you saw back there, in actual fact, we lose a position there. By making that sort of slightly ill thought out move. Yeah, this is exactly what we're saying. It really, really helps, doesn't it, to assess your driving by talking over what's been going on. We made an ill thought out move. It was a slightly opportunistic. So I can't talk. Get your words out. A slightly opportunistic move. Wasn't really well thought through, and in these very, very as we're going defensive again, in these very, very tight and close and short sprint races, it's really important that you're sort of planning. The top guys will be planning where they're making their moves, 3-4 corners in advance maybe. They'll be aware of what's behind them. They'll be making sure, so actually, is this guy, is our friend who's just done us, is he going to make the same mistake as us? No, he's not actually. He's managed to get a better exit. It's a lot about trying to improve. And so what am I doing here, turning up halfway through the season? Well, I've been thinking about Club 100 for a little while actually. I've been doing DMAX. I've been racing at Milton Keynes, Sandown Park in Esher. Really enjoyed that. Just looking for some, I haven't got a bad word to say about Daytona actually. I've really enjoyed my time there. I'm still racing there actually as well, by the way. I just do the championship rounds. One of the reasons that I decided that I'd do Club 100 was because I've fulfilled my sort of short-term goal, and I became in-kart and Super Champs champion. Now that sounds really good, doesn't it? But the grids were pretty small, I have to be honest. It's really nice to call yourself a champion, but if the grids are slightly smaller, then it's perhaps a little bit better to go for a slightly bigger championship with this, which is this. One of the reasons that I didn't do it though sooner was that it takes me a little while, I think, to really learn the minutiae of what makes a really good lap time, and I did that with the Daytona tracks, because I spent a long time pounding around there learning exactly what I needed to do, what I didn't need to do, and sort of eventually I did it. And obviously when you go around the country, you never really get that. What I did actually was in between Saturday and Sunday, I had a look at some of the fast boys on YouTube to have a look at where their lines were. I think what I needed to do was be a little bit closer towards the left-hand side here, as I've done this side, because this driver has sort of kind of forced me to have to back out there. It's all heating up. The driver, 2 in front of us, has just got ahead, and we are nearing the end of his lap. He hits the tyres and he clears the way for us to go through, and we go up 2 positions on pretty much the final corner. So I have to be honest, that was really, really rewarding. Obviously bad news for those guys, bad luck for those guys up ahead. On to the next heat now. We're starting on the inside of this one, so hopefully that should mean it's like slightly further up as well. That should mean a slightly easier getaway, but in actual fact we don't get great drive. Perhaps just sleeping a little bit, and particularly at low revs, these Rotax engines don't pull that well. You have to get them high up into the rev range. We're going to try around the outside again. I just can't resist a bit of open space and a bit of open track, but again, predictably, we get punted out. The outside is really not the place to be. We've gone around the outside again, not really learnt our lesson there, and the driver in the blue and the orange helmet has made it work at our expense. Driver right in front of us just gets crossed up and delays us on the apex, and driver in another blue suit then gets a terrible drive, and actually that gives us an opportunity. We've got one guy on our left. We're pushed slightly narrow in this case, but are we going to make it work? Or I think we're going to do that one. So again, just like in our previous heat, fairly decent return on lap one. Managed to stay out of trouble largely, and managed to go up a few positions. Actually, I'll put my at the end of the footage, I'll put my positions up. But basically, I got in my heats, I got a 6th, a 7th, and a 10th. So yeah, again, for the first time, it's my first day. For my first day, yeah, pretty pleased with that. I was going to say to you earlier, what am I actually doing here before having something kicked off, and I never finished that, as we're just battling with this guy now. What I'm doing here is trying to learn some tracks so that next year, hopefully, I can be a little bit more competitive as we go up the inside of another driver here, keeping it to the left for a better drive through the long right-handers. We're just giving him a little bit of space on the inside there. We're not quite through. We are now. We had the job about 3/4 of the way done. There, it wasn't 100% done. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Pressure's off. I have fulfilled an ambition to be a champion at something. So you know, happy to come here and start last and learn the ropes, and you know, get to meet some like-minded people. Actually, I have to say, just whilst we're not battling with someone immediately, I just want to say a few thank yous actually. Because first of all, thank you to Josh, who was my buddy. Is my buddy for today, and so yeah, he really helped out, you know, showing me which way to go and everything like that, where to stand, where to sit, which direction to drive in. I probably wasn't the easiest of people, particularly when I forgot my kart number. that's basically, I'm a kart 137. There's also a 136, and at the last minute, as we get overtaken there, at the last minute when we were trying to get sorted for the final. I just had a mind blank. It was a very, very hot day, but yeah, that's what we'll blame it on. It was too hot for my little brain. I couldn't remember which one I was, 136 or 137. I'll try and remember that for next time. So yeah, thank you very much to him. Thank you also to, you know, everyone who was really, really friendly. You know, a couple of faces actually who had raced against at Daytona. And yeah, it's good to have a chat with you guys, and yeah, also yeah, best of luck to Fraser Brunton. I've spent a few hours racing Fraser at Daytona Sandown Park, so he's doing very well in the lights. It's really, really close, I think, but yeah, he's leading the lights by about 3 points, something like that. So I don't know how you got on yet, but hopefully it went well. And yeah, I was saying to one of the other guys actually, JV's a very friendly guy, isn't he, and very welcoming. You know, so often with go-kart businesses, you turn up and you hand over a lot of money. It's expensive, isn't it? You hand over a lot of money, and then they just give you a whole load of list of rules, sometimes a little bit grumpy with you as well, you know. And I can't help feeling that, yeah, sort of some of the time, you know, you're spending so much money, like, at least crack a smile. But yeah, JV was really, really welcoming. You know, you guys all know that. So yeah, it was a really, really positive experience, actually, this one. And like I say, I really liked this circuit. Really like the karts. Like I said, pretty similar in terms of pace. I wasn't going from 4 strokes to this. That would have been quite eye-opening, I think. But yeah, no, really, really nice karts. I would say in this heat, actually, this was probably my least favourite kart. I'll say why in a minute. It might happen in this one, but in this lap. It almost felt like the throttle was almost a little bit stuck on. Maybe it was me. Maybe I was just not lifting my foot up enough. But yeah, almost felt round. So where are we? Well, turn 2, 3. Yeah, so turn 4. We might go for the lunge here. Lunge was no, we're not going to this time. We do go for the lunge eventually. It was half intentional to try and get the place, but also I was a little bit caught out because I just didn't slow down as much as I thought I would. But yeah, other than that, I mean, like the karts were all really, really bob on, you know. So and so was the racing. You know, I know it's sprint racing, isn't it? So it can be pretty aggressive. There's certainly a little bit of rubbing and everything, but actually everyone really, really friendly, really, really fair on track. And you know, it was a really, really positive day. Not entirely positive, but the only non-positive things were my own fault. You know, and in the heats, really happy with how they went, actually. Yeah, like I said, a C3 driver, first event, so I was starting at the back. That's good for a couple of reasons. First of all, you'll all be able to see yourself on camera, maybe, or here. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, so I didn't really mean to do that, to be honest. I was just surprised about not being able to get the cart slowed down. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, opportunity for you guys all to see yourself. Although the fast boys, sorry, you're cleared off pretty quickly, so you won't get to see yourselves, the A drivers. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is that the only way you can go is forward. So when you're starting last, you can't really go backwards. It's a pretty good system. Yeah, really close one thing as well. We're on the final lap here as well, so really good battle with this guy again. And that's the other thing that I found. Obviously inexperienced in this championship, inexperienced at this circuit, but wherever you are in your sort of karting journey, I think you'll probably find someone to race with, as we're doing here. So we're not troubling the tops of the times or anything doing all of this, but it is just about having a really good race, isn't it? And that's pretty much, I think that's what most people kart for. Get a good run, but he goes defensive. He knows what he's doing, this guy. Last lap as well. It doesn't really matter how much we're dropping. I can sense that there's a few people behind now, all of this. We just get the overspeed. A little knock there, but no harm done. Yeah, couldn't go any further to the right. Obviously cone there, don't want a cone penalty. Yeah, we get through, or try and staying in the slipstream. We might have had him there, but yeah, well done. Little wave to him. So yeah, there we are. Now this is our final heat. So this is heat 3. And again, sorry if you can hear something. That's my wife's pet rabbit. He wants to be in the video. So again, starting around the outside and cut back actually, yeah, again really squeezed, pinch to the inside. It's one of those horrible moments, isn't it? But yeah, we're okay on the brakes there, and make it work. 3 wide, go on our right, just gets shoved out slightly. Get our braking slightly wrong. Going for the same bit of track there, but I couldn't really slow myself down any more than that. Yeah, we're punished. Karma punishes us for that small amount of contact by losing that place again. Not a great run out, and you can see the quality of driving is very high. If you make a sort of slight error like that and you lose the revs, you can see how much time that you lose by doing that there. So yeah. Punishment accepted, and yeah, we're onwards and upwards. And again, I think the guys, we've got a few quick guys in this one, yeah, worth trying to have a look and seeing what these guys are doing. We didn't get a warning for that or anything on that lap, but you can see 2 other drivers were getting warned for that one there. I think we do get a warning this next lap, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think I was just wondering if that was a case of mistaken identity. Like I say, it's a very similar cart number to someone else out there. I was wondering if it was a mistaken identity. Just trying to have a look. See, I'm not really near anyone to make any contact. So unless there was so much contact on lap 1, in which case they had to put my warning up a lap later, which I suppose is possible. Then yeah, not sure why I got this next. Warning. What I would say though is on the last lap of the last heat, I hit like a dickhead this set of tyres here. That's my warning. Yeah, it's a contact warning. Yeah, I hit that. I just brushed them ever so slightly, just on the last corner, last lap. I think I got away with that. I think either, I think probably they must not have seen or deemed it kind of pointless to penalise. But I didn't think they would have done that actually, would they? Because obviously for the guys behind. They would have gone up a place, but yeah, I got away with that one. So, fair enough. Well, I should have had a penalty in heat 1. Shouldn't have got anything in this heat, but it all goes round in circles, doesn't it? We get ourselves all crossed up in the complex section there, and we get punished for it again. Yeah, this is what I like though. It's really good to learn so much, because I think learning is the most important thing, isn't it? If you stop learning, then you start just decaying. it's a bit it's a bit melodramatic actually, isn't it, that? But yeah, no, the learning is the really, really enjoyable thing actually, and sort of as I've moved through my karting sort of journey, I've sort of stopped thinking of not knowing something as a problem and actually starting thinking about it as an opportunity. Just there, I took quite a lot of curb, and we don't do it this time. I think taking the curb, hitting the curbs at low speed, I think like I mentioned this earlier, it upsets, so it oscillates a bit too much, and it particularly at low speed, I always struggle with sort of low speed, pull out of low speed corners in particular. I wonder if I'm using curbs a little bit too much, and that's stopping the engine from doing its thing. Yeah, driver there just clips the tyres on the inside. Again, not sure if he got caught doing that or not, but yeah, all we need to do now is hope that that was seen, and if that is the case, then we won't need to put a dangerous move on him in order to make that place up. Again, that sounds a bit unsporting, doesn't it? I said to you earlier, like, you know, pressure's off. You know, don't need to you know, feel any need to be sort of really competitive or anything like that. But the minute you put your helmet on, you know that all of that goes out the window. Like I was saying, I was looking on YouTube. I look on YouTube every new track I go to. I always like to have a little look on YouTube and see which way it goes and stuff like that. But I did find that, well, I do find that until you've actually driven the track yourself, a lot of it really doesn't resonate at all. It's very, very difficult to sort of see how and why someone is driving a track in a certain way, choosing the lines that they're choosing without experiencing the undulations and the bumps, and just the sort of, yeah, just being there. So yeah, doing the test the day before was really, really useful. On that as well, I set myself a little target to see if I could beat my time in testing. I haven't checked what time I did in the final actually, so not sure if I did or not. Obviously, hard racing like this is not an ideal sort of time to be setting best lap times, but yeah, so but I did, as we get very wide there, I did some pretty similar times actually. I'm not sure if I actually beat my testing time in the end, but certainly did some pretty similar times. And the top guys were all doing very similar top times as they were doing yesterday as well. So yeah, no excuse really not to beat it. Sometimes I've sort of gone a second faster a lap just by knowing the circuit, but that didn't really appear to be the case today. It sort of managed to find my way around reasonably quickly. And so yeah, off the absolute top guys, the Joe Holmes, the Anwar Borrell-Smiths, those sorts of people, I'm about a second off, so you know, work to be done, plenty of work to do, and you know, I'm not really fighting these guys at all. You know, they won't know who I am. They'll be I'll be a little speck in the back of their shots, but you know, it's nice to have something to aim for, isn't it? And yeah, nice to have a target, something to improve. We're on to our last lap again here, just seeing if we can do anything. If anything, I'd say that having someone to follow has actually helped helped us to catch up with the gaggle in front. They're probably fighting actually. That's probably what's happened. They're probably falling back in towards myself and the driver in front just because of the battling. Obviously it is the last lap now, so they're going to be throwing it all or nothing. Lunges will be coming out, and there you are. Yeah, you can see a few different lines going on into our friend the long left-hander. Again, it's quite a good one for us actually. I can see where I am strong. That's one of the stronger areas. Not too bad round here. I think possibly a little bit too quick with the steering input in there. This corner, this is probably one of my favourite corners actually. Really, really interesting corner. You know when you've done it right, you know when you've done it wrong. So that was our heats done, and we made it into the B final, which I have to say I'm pretty pleased with. That has to come down as a success for, you know, first time newbie. It's my first day. So we're starting 6th. We actually qualified 7th, but one of the drivers in front of us retired. So we're starting 6th. Now, obviously it's not good news that a driver retired, but good news that we've gone up a place. But it actually puts us on the left-hand side, the outside of the track. So again, not the ideal place to be, really. We go green, and actually the left-hand side of the grid seems to get quite a good start, really. And again, I'm just going to try and use a bit of space around on the left-hand side. There is a guy on our right, so we're actually momentarily up to 5th position, and we cement that 5th position. We're all getting shoved as we wobble round as one kind of big group. Go round the right hand side again, just try and give these guys a little bit of space all the way out. So we're up to 5th position here. Now here we just get moved wide, get a little bit of a shove, and that moves us down again to 6th place. But not the end of the world, you know. We've held position as we sort of begin to file in to position now. Actually, I think this puts us as the top C3 driver. Which again at the moment has to be a really, really positive thing. You know, I'm trying to take that didn't sound genuine, did it? I'm because of what's about to happen. I'm trying to cheer myself up. So right, everyone is fighting for the lead of this race. Again, that means that we've got a chance to close up on them again into this concertinaing effect here into turn 2 and 3. We've got an opportunity to take 2 of them in one go. Leave the braking too late and into the side of a driver. I have to drive onto the grass just to get out of the way of the whole pack. Now in Club 100 you can't just drive off the grass, you have to push it. So I'm out the cart here, waiting for the pack to go past, pushing it back on. They've all gone. I try and get back in the cart, I trip over. I can see one of the pusher carts just like waving his arm to. He must have thought, what am I doing? But absolutely devastated because we are now right at the back, and we're not even at the back of the pack either. There's quite a lot of distance between myself and the next car, and it just stemmed from a lack of discipline. Sorry to the driver I hit, by the way. I'm not sure who you are, but I don't think it caused you to spin or anything, so that's obviously good news. A little bit overexcited, looking to my right hand side and concentrating on the 2 drivers. There's a warning board for me. Fair enough, fair cop, that one. We do manage to get up to the back of a few drivers, so just fast forwarded it a few laps. But to add insult to injury, the battery in the GoPro dies, so we don't get to see the good battle, but at least I did get making it way through these guys. A really amazing battle actually right at the end. It was a photo finish right at the end with one of the drivers. So really, really good fun. Not gonna lie, really gutted to be not taking home sort of any silverware or anything. Who knows what would happen? You know, maybe the other drivers who did take away the C C driver. They might have overtaken me on track anyway. You never know. But what I would say is that the guy who won in my class came in 7th place. So it did look like I was leading that class before making a very amateur mistake and being punished for it. But that's what I say. It's a learning. Every day's a school day, isn't it? And you live and learn. That's what I'm going to go with. You live and learn, and it was a really, really wonderful day with lots of really friendly drivers, really good racing, and really looking forward to some of the next rounds. So I think I'm doing most of the rounds now up until the end of this season. And again, like I say, the idea will be, it looks like I'm going for a lunge under a yellow flag there. It's the guy in the light blue suit who's actually recovered already, so I just stuck my nose in, but realised it might have been a bit cheeky. So I'm doing almost all of the other rounds, just trying to learn some tracks. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.